Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm joined with Chris and Jamie again, and today we're really talking. It's going to be an extension of the last thing we were talking about news-wise. Last time we talked about the Into the Pariah Nexus, the new Kill Team box set, where obviously Space Marines match up against Necrons, sort of like expansion for Kill Team, and the pricing of that. And we kind of went into discussion of, sort of how GW might price things and price, what's an acceptable price or what's not an acceptable price. Now, there's been not a lot of 40k news this week. It's been mostly a little Kill Team related, looking at how Kill Team's getting like updated and how some models like react and impact in the Kill Team game. But yesterday, today being the 28th, yesterday obviously was the pre-order day. I think it was Saturday. Is Saturday the pre-order day or was it Friday?
Saturday is the pre-order day, I believe.
Saturday's the pre-order day. And, well, two things. Firstly, we were correct. That leaked shipping manifest or whatever it was correct about the pricing for the Kill Team box set, the Pariah Nexus Kill Team box set. So that's sitting pretty at is it 95, something like that?
Yeah, £95 exactly. Yeah.
Now, that's not that's not the only thing that we got to see the price of for the pre-orders. We also got two box sets of miniatures. One for Necrons, the Royal Court box set.
Yeah,
that's the one. Is it Royal Court or Royal Wardens? No, that's a unit, isn't it? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Necrons Royal Court. That's what we got. We also got Space Marines Honoured of the Chapter. Now, I just wish we were recording Chris's reaction, because Chris has just seen the price of the Honoured of the Chapter one. I just burst out laughing, and so I wish we got that on record. But there was a bit of confusion with the Necron Royal Court one, wasn't there? Earlier in the week, I think there was something that you spotted, Jamie, where it said that it would come with a Royal Warden in the box. But there was nothing.
Yeah, there was another Kill Team article that said the Royal Warden was going to be part of the Royal Court box, but it doesn't look like that's the case.
No. So the right, yeah. So the Necron Royal Court. This is weighing in at a hefty 68 quid, and in that box set you're going to get a Reanimator, a Destroyer Lord, a Plasmancer, and 2 Crypto Thralls. And our resident Necron player, that's you, Jamie. What do you rate this box out of a Necron? Do you give it like top marks or what?
What's it out of 10?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably 3. It's got a Reanimator in it, so that knocks 5 off straight away.
Yeah, we were speaking about this earlier on. Looking at this from like a gameplay perspective, like well, just going off what you say, Jamie. Just fill us in. Like, what are the good things in this box? What's the good, the bad, and the average, the mediocre?
The better units in the box are obviously the Scorpec Lord and the Crypto Thralls. The Plasmancer's pretty average, and the Reanimator's terrible.
So this is 68 quid for us. Essentially, obviously, if you're looking at it from gameplay wise, you're looking at a bad unit, a mediocre unit, and 2 good units, sort of. But you're still looking at 5 models, and it's the better part of 70 quid. Let's call it 70 quid for the sake of argument, because £2 now, when we're looking at it, it's not here or there. So these box sets are meant to be like, obviously, making you saving. So it's like, how much are these things individually, and how much are you saving on this box set? Because that's
I don't know, mate. I reckon when they're released individually, they're going to be more than 68 quid combined. I guarantee it.
The thing is, right? I care more about the of these 2 box sets. I care more about the Necron one than I do about the Space Marine one. The Space Marine, we'll talk about that in a bit. But for 68 quid, I said this to Jamie earlier. We were talking about it, and like, you know, I'll screw on my give GW the benefit of the doubt. So 68 quid for these 5 models. I mean, you know, you could trot out all sorts of reasons and excuses. You know, the price of distribution, logistics, the new quality of the molds, all that stuff factoring in a cost, and this box set. I mean, for me personally, Jay, I'd say, you know, 68 quid. If you're looking at it as a collector, like you're not asked about the rules too much, you just want cool models. You know, it's not egregiously bad. I mean, we can look at something that's potentially egregiously bad in a sec, but it's not. It's not. You know, it's not like it's just had a shit in my mum's handbag kind of thing. It's not. It's not terrible. But then again, it's not great either. For what it is.
I love how you try and reason these things.
Because it's you don't want to just jump on the bandwagon of, oh god, it's crap, what are they doing? This should be like £3.50. We should get a £50 token cash back. It's like it's not like that. Obviously, GW are their business; they've got to make money, but it's how far they're willing to push that price in what's acceptable and what's not acceptable.
I'll keep moaning on about this, and you can go on about logistics and overheads and all that stuff, but when you're like constantly posting staggering profit increases every quarter, you know, to pinch of salt, maybe.
It kind of rings a bit hollow, doesn't it? I mean, come on, you're keeping quiet, Chris. What do you reckon to this? Is he even there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you still just giggling about the other box?
Well, no, I mean, in fairness, Ben, if you want to move on to that particular box, so Space Marines Honoured at the chapter, I've just had a look at it, and I've been looking through the web store to work out what the prices are for the other units. And I mean, what have we got in the box exactly? We've got Blade Guard Veterans. Is it Eradicators that we've got in there as well?
I'll tell you exactly what we've got in the box, mate, because I'm looking at it. No. We have 1 times Primaris Chaplain, a Judica, a Blade Guard Ancient, 3 Blade Guard Veterans, and 3 Eradicators. So that is 9 plastic Space Bros.
Well, I mean, you've got the Eradicators, which are 31.50. The Blade Guard Veterans, I believe, are exactly the same price, so you're already up to 63 quid. So, you know, you're only talking like less than 30 quid, and you get, I mean, you got an additional 3 models there. So, you know, probably, yeah, you're getting, probably works out about 30 quid again. But, I mean, that would be all fine and dandy if you could buy the other models separately, but you can't. And if you want those Blade Guard Veterans, well, you can always go onto the web store and buy them. So, oh, wait, no, you can't, because they're temporarily out of stock, probably because they're all going into these box sets. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really particularly bothered either way, because I'm not a Necron fan. I feel sorry for Jamie through all of this.
Not until for you, Chris.
Yeah, as soon as it comes around the other way, mate.
Quid a box.
Exactly. Yeah. Forewarning listeners, when it comes around to me being, you know, in this position with all my models locked behind some kind of paywall or box wall or whatever you want to call it, yeah, I am going to be whinging my tits off. But yeah, I mean, probably I'd be of the point of view of no thanks. I like to get wined and dined before I get fucked. So no, I'm good.
You see, again, I was talking about this earlier with Jay, and I was like trying to let's give GW benefit of doubt, and you trot out all the excuses for overheads, and like Jamie said, yeah, well, record profits, and even if I put myself in the mindset of trying to defend this kind of price, I'm looking at this price of £89 for what is essentially a few dudes. They're very nice looking dudes, but they're still 89 quid, and I'm just like, God, I am
Yeah.
real. It's like,
I mean-
come on, GW, meet me halfway here. I feel like
I think, as Jay said with his, though, I don't think when all of these do come out as individual box sets. I mean, the Blade Guard Veterans are already an individual box set, but they're out of stock. But this particular box set's in stock, so clearly they're not particularly bothered about trying to get those in stock again online because they want you to pay for the big bundle.
the thing is, Chris. I mean, I thought personally, maybe like they were taking the piss a little bit with the Kill Team box set, but that's still even in itself, that's a game. Two people can play that. It's like a board game.
Yeah, I still think that this will work out cheaper as it is now than when these come out individually.
Yeah, but what does that say about when these come out individually?
Well, actually, if you think about it, like we've just said, the two squads of three, right? The Eradicators and the Blade Guard Veterans are 31.50 each, right? Okay, so the other three together are less than 30 quid, which means that they're less than a tenner per character model. Now, that actually, you would say, if it was on its own, less than 10 quid for a decent character model. Yeah, I'm game for that. So, I know I'm kind of contradicting myself from, the fact that I was pissing myself laughing when I saw the price about 5 minutes ago. But that's actually not too bad.
Can I hammer another nail into this coffin?
Yes.
Well, these were all in the Indomitus box, weren't they?
Hmm.
Do you remember?
Well, not the Eradicators, I don't think.
No, they were, I think.
Oh, really?
Not necessarily all of them, because aren't some of them fairly...
I'm looking at the
more recent, or...
box now, and they were all in there.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Do you remember the price of that in the UK?
Was it a limited time box set, though?
Was it like 150 quid or something like that?
It was 125, which would make the Marine half of this £62.50. And there was 15 extra Marines in that.
Oh dear.
Was it? Yeah, but was that a limited time offer?
It was very limited. The stock ran out in 10 seconds.
Yeah, they went made to order, if you remember, Chris.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So,
I can't. I can't. It's like they are. It's a lot. 89 quid, guys. It's £90. You're paying a tenner a dude, essentially.
Yeah.
You're paying for £10 for each individual one of them.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like when you look at that and you think 90 quid for that box, regardless of how you break it down, that's ridiculous. New players coming into the hobby, you might think that this isn't. It doesn't seem all that bad to you, but again, maybe it's us coming from like obviously being into the hobby, when we were kids and growing up and seeing the prices what they used to be for. I know that obviously things have developed shitloads since we were kids in terms of the design, everything. It's a much bigger game. Quality of everything is so much better, and yeah, there's a lot more moving parts going in. But it's just 90 quid for 9 bloody models is just disgusting. I'm sorry, but it is.
Jamie, tell Chris how much a monolith cost when it first came out. The old school monolith.
I paid 30 quid for mine when it came out, but that was going back 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much does one cost now?
105.
It looks a lot better.
I'll say that.
It looks a lot better. Granted,
It's very nice. Yeah.
It does feel, like I say again, it feels, and this might just be my own personal opinion, it just feels to me like GW is like literally pushing it, that in this particular instance, pushing the acceptability of how much people will pay up to that limit, just to find out where that limit is. And obviously, if they're the only game in town, they can do that. It's like they can jack the price to whatever they want. I mean, I'm trying to defend it with, again, trotting out the same things we said once or twice before in this exact same argument. Quality of the models has gone up. Obviously, with everything going on with COVID right now, all sorts of things, overheads. But I also would really like to see the profit margin on these things. I know we'll never see it. We'll never ever see that because then
I think you would be sick.
The price, the cat will be out of the bag at that point to see how much GW are actually making profit on these things after all overheads were taken out. But I'd fucking love to see that, just to see how much money they're making on top of this. I mean, how much money? Again, me and Jay were talking about this. How much money do you reckon it takes to manufacture this box, these models, and get it from raw materials, so everything from electric to staff wages to shipping, everything to get this box from where it's got to be made to production into your hands.
I don't think any of us are really qualified to say it because it is a very specialist industry. And I know from coming from a specialist industry myself, like I've often had people or overheard people say, oh, how can you justify charging that much for, creating a video? Like I can create a video. Yes, you could create a video and any of us could go and create models, but there'll be a big bag of shit. So you're paying, GW is going to pay a lot more now for quality, like a standard of quality from its members of staff. It's going to be a lot more specialist to get people who know exactly what they're doing to get the sort of high quality that they're after. So they are going to pay more, which means that costs for this type of thing are going to go up. Not to say that that's justification for this sort of pricing. I mean, like I said, unless a company was willing to disclose how much they actually make profit after everything, I do think there is a justification, an increase in prices based on the fact that they are going to be having, they're going to be paying the staff more because, like I said, you're getting much more specialist staff in to sort of produce this standard. I mean, they are, we're not Space Marine players, but I'm sure you guys will agree that they are beautiful models. They're gorgeous.
Yeah,
Same with
really
the Necron
nice,
stuff.
really
They're
detailed.
beautiful. And jokiness, I'm not mocking.
Devil's advocate for a second, right? I mean, we've all got semi-decent jobs and we haven't got kids, so we've got some level of disposable income to throw at these things. And even we're looking at the prices and going, really? I mean, imagine if you're like a 12-year-old or something, you've got to go to your dad and say, like, can I have 90 quid to spend on a few Marines, Dad? What?
Not today, Timmy.
Now, Timmy, who let you out of the well?
Yeah.
I'll just buy you one box. That is one box.
You better do a fucking good job painting these, Timmy, because there are no do-overs.
You getting this year?
Yeah, it's there though, isn't it? Jamie makes a very good point. We are, we do have disposable income, and we are looking at this price going, well, Chris, you burst out fucking laughing when you fucking saw it. So it's what chance have other people got?
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day that says it all. If us as full-time employed patrons of this hobby look at this particular price and go, oh no thanks, then that kind of says it all, doesn't it? I mean, Chris, like I said, Jamie said, if a squad, how much would you pay for a squad of nice Khorne berserkers? How much would you pay?
What, a squad of 10?
No, let's say they released a new sculpt for Khorne berserkers and it was a super high quality, like ultimately GW stuff is always at a high quality.
What we're talking about, like a squad of 10?
Say 5 if it's a new sculpt. It'll have some basic rules to go with it, so you probably get a box of 5.
20 quid for a box of 5, maybe.
I can tell you right now they're going to be more than 20 quid if that happens.
For a box of 5, if they were more than 20 quid, if they were like over 30 quid for a box of 5, I would be, because bearing in mind they are the troops, so the kind of like the main meat of your army for World Eater's army, from my understanding anyway. I would be a little bit sickened by it. Yes, and I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, I mean, my own sort of like my own breaking point is, what was that I said, Jay, like 25 quid? If like GW bought out a brand new, all singing, all dancing, Gene Stealer sculpt, one with no mold lines on, and it came out, and it was like fantastic. I mean, I couldn't pay 25 quid, any more than 25 quid for a squad of Gene Stealers. The Tyranids, I've got to have billions of them.
Yeah. And that's, and kind of touches on the point then of when is enough. Like, we as the consumer ultimately do, despite what we may think, hold the power in the sense that as soon as we stop buying and they're no longer selling these models and the feedback from it, and they do listen to feedback, in fairness to GW, they have been exceptionally good over, recent years with listening to what the consumer and the fan base is saying. They've got to change the pricing structure. They've got to look to adapt it. They've got to make, be it just they have to make less profit margins, or they have to make savings from elsewhere, or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm no businessman. They've got to do something. And truth be told, I'm exceptionally excited about collecting World Eaters, and I've kind of got the motivation again to get back into it, and I'm looking forward to playing games with you guys again once obviously we're out of all this lockdown malarkey. But if it was a squad of 5 berserkers, if it was that sort of pricing for 9 models, I wouldn't be buying it. And if that's what it's going to be going forwards, other than maybe the odd model here and there, probably off eBay from outside of box sets, trying to save money, I wouldn't be buying them. And therefore, it's kind of like the hobby. Well, obviously, I can still use what I've got and still paint what I've got, but it kind of grinds to a halt a little bit. So yeah, I think we as consumers have got to kind of make it. It's up to you at the end of the day. Your money. You're happy paying that money? Fair enough. What's your reasoning for it? I'd like to know myself. Otherwise, if you're not happy with it, don't pay it. It's the only way they'll listen.
Yeah, that is ultimately it. And I think, I wouldn't buy direct from GW anyway, because I'd obviously like to support the local stores who do give a discount.
But even then, it'd be interesting to know what those local stores, because they can only offer so much of a discount off those products, what they actually think to the GW prices. Do they? Because they can, like I said, they can only put on so much of a discount, otherwise they're going to be making a loss.
I totally agree with you.
So they're not going to overcommit and overbuy certain products like that box set, or they shouldn't, because if people are, even with their discounts, still slightly disgusted by the pricing for that and they don't buy it, they're in trouble.
Yeah, I obviously just listen to what you're saying, Chris, and I picking up on certain words that I think maybe betrays your idea of this box set, like disgusting and basically laughing your arse off. Yeah. You're right, Chris. At the end of the day, as consumers, we've got to vote with our wallets, and we've got to call out this kind of thing. Like Jamie said, GW has done a lot better out of lockdown than a lot of other companies have. They have made a lot of money, and
there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with that. That's good, because it means that the company is thriving. It's going to keep continuing to grow. It's going to keep churning out and producing excellent pieces of work. But God,
they've got to. I think this might be leftover sprues or whatever, like kind of whatever tin pot sort of conspiracy theory you've got about why these boxes are the way they are. It may be, but Christ Almighty, if they came out with a similar, like a Tyranid or Gene Steel Cult themed box set for like this price, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to pay that.
It's the 80-20 thing, though, isn't it? Like 80% of their revenue is going to come from 20% of the players. We're probably in the 80% that aren't particularly happy with it, but like I say, most of their money isn't coming from people like us.
No, and that's it. But it's, I will throw it out there to the comments section. I mean, how do you guys feel about these 2 particular box sets? I mean, we already know how we feel about the Kill Team box set. People have been giving us some decent feedback about that. But let us know in your thoughts in the comments below. I've got a funny feeling that a lot of people won't be particularly chuffed with this, but particularly the Space Marine one. Like I say, the Necron one, I give a great big sort of it's there.
It's less,
I probably
it's less the price and more the models, I think, for the price, isn't it, Jay?
yeah.
It's just what you're paying for, really. I mean, there was one price in the Indomitus set. There's one price for this, and there'll be no doubt a more expensive price when they're released individually. So, how much are they actually worth?
Yeah. As like I say, as far as I'm concerned, the Necron box set is like a shoulder shrug out of 10. I mean, but for this one, no, definitely Space Marines onto the chapter. Definitely no. Do what you want with your own money, guys. You work hard for it, unless you're some sort of thief. Just I don't know. I don't know. It's 89 quid. I can't justify it. So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments below, guys. But until then, catch you all next time. See you later.
See ya.
Yeah.